Oh, that's crashed.
Or outside the arc.
Oh, that's right in the wheelhouse. That is gone on the roof of the Harris stand.
Again, the length has to be that touch fuller. Bring the outside edge into play.
But what's good to see is there's some intent today. New Zealand batsmen have just not allowed the Indian bowlers to bowl like they did in the last game. Yes, they've lost a couple of wickets, but what you wanted to see was some intent, and they've shown that.
Yeah, the good thing about that too is it puts pressure back on the bowler. They know if they miss, they're going to get hurt. Not just waiting for a bad ball, you're trying to create one. So New Zealand have done that so far. It's been a good start so far on this power play. We'll make sure they get through these next 3 deliveries.
Yes. They made the bowlers think today, rather than just allowing them to get up there and keep the ball in the right areas. By chipping down the track, they forced them to alter the length. They made the captain think. He'll be thinking of his bowling changes quickly.
Looks very calm and composed, Ravi.
He's excellent. I think he's got all the leadership qualities. He's proactive, aggressive.
Yeah, you know he's aggressive as a player, aggressive as a captain.
What?
It's a good area there from Mohammad Siraj. Bringing Phillips forward, bringing that outside edge into play. There is still a slip waiting for an outside edge. So it's good attacking captaincy from Hardik Pandya. I really like the way he goes about moving his fielders, talking to his bowlers, because it just promotes a calmness amongst the rest of his players, even perhaps when things aren't going that well.
Absolutely. You know, from the player's point of view, he's approachable. You know, they get the feeling my captain is approachable. I can go and talk to them. You know, even if I've had a bad over, you know, pick his brain. And that's a good start from Siraj, 46 for 2. So we're done with power play, 46 for 2. Now Deepak Hooda, 4 wickets in the last game. Will get his opportunity here, 4 for 10. Good start, and this is good to see the way Hardik Pandya is using him, because Deepak Hooda is a batting all-rounder, and when you have someone in the top 6 who can bowl for you, it gives you options.
Yeah, it sure does. The only Indian player to have a T20 100 and a 4 next to his name. So you're right, he's multi-skilled. You love those players in your T20 lineup. He'll be full of confidence from picking up those 4 wickets in game 2. New Zealand are going to have to get on top rather quickly here. Phillips is going to have to get underway. Some big pockets here at McLean Park. See the ball just skidding on, Ravi. It's just got that little bit of moisture on the top of the surface, so it won't turn and bounce, but it will just skid on. So New Zealand just have to be a bit wary of closing that face and the leading edge.
And he's flat through the air. He doesn't give too much of air. And again, what's good to see is that he's being used as a bowler as well, because he played over the last 6 months in a few games for India, but only as a batsman, was never used.
Yes.
It's a good start. He's not a big spinner of the ball.
good start, just the 2 singles so far. Has to finish it off. Be a very good over. Quite often that 7th over is used for a spinner. See a lot of captains bringing their spinner into play nice and early. This is going to be the challenge, Ravi, is a wet ball for the spinners, because that ball's going to be like soap.
You can see he's attacking the stumps and looking to hit that 5-meter mark. So he doesn't allow the batsman to get under the ball. It's just singles at the moment of Huda.
When that ball gets wet, you don't want to be trying to put too many revs on it anyway. It's harder to hold and grip. One of the challenges for all the bowlers tonight, that seam gets wet.
Really good start from Huda. 49 for 2. So the 2 batsmen dismissed, Allen for 3 and Chapman in Siraj's last over for 12, and now another bowling change. So spin at both ends. So he's trying to get the overs of the spinners as quickly as possible now that there's no rain around.
I wonder also, Ravi, whether he's thinking while the ball is dry, while it's new, get my spinners on, try and get through their overs rather than leave them too late.
Absolutely. He wants to get them try and give it a rip as well.
Oh!
Interesting to see seeing the dimensions of this ground, the way Chahal goes today. Whether he's going to give the same amount of air as he did in the last game, or whether he's going to go flatter and into the stumps.
That's good. That's nice and full. It's a big hit down the ground. It's over 80 metres if you want to clear the fielders at long on, long off. So there's real risk. If you don't quite get it, you're going to pay a heavy price. But that is a really good start by the leg spinner.
And the good thing with him, Mako, is that he's got a good temperament. He's got a good heart. He's not afraid, you know, to bowl in any situation. And he looks for wickets, which is so important. I think spinner's role is so important in the middle.
Yeah. Easy.
McLean Phillips very quick between the wickets. I think he'll try and be hitting the ball into gaps, picking up 2s if he can, using his speed. It's a good way to start a partnership as well, with running between the wickets, putting the fielders under pressure. Some big pockets on this ground. Short boundary square, long straight, and some deep pockets New Zealand have to pick off.
That's a good shot. Put away in the gap. And a welcome boundary this for New Zealand.
Nice placement. It's out at the front of the hand again, not trying to spin the ball at all as Chahal. Going to see a number of full tosses as the bowlers try and go full. Picked his spot to Conway. Big gap at mid-wicket. It's a lovely shot.
Yeah, it's important that he stays there now. He's got a start, 30 of 22. And he was looking for the big one, really big one down the ground.
It's come off the bottom of the bat, Ravi, because it was a big swing and it's gone about 4 metres. Another sign, though, continuing to try and put pressure on the bowler. It's the 6th from the over so far.
That's a good stop. 6 of the over, 55 for 2. So 11 runs coming in the last 3 overs. So India pulling things back after that wicket of Chapman. 55 for 2 from 8.
2 big skyscrapers there, Ravi, and there's one thing about this ground is you can have big overs. So if you do get behind, you can catch up with a big over. Harshal Patel to come into the attack with some extra pace. So even when you feel like you're just a little bit behind the game, you're never out of it because you can get a big over with boundaries on this surface.
It'll be interesting to see New Zealand's tactics here with the new bowler coming in. He didn't play the last game, Harshal Patel. Didn't play in the World Cup, so he's getting a game after a long time. He will be a little nervous.
It's never easy, is it, when you've sat on the sideline for a period of time? You've been around the team, but you haven't been playing, you've been training, and then you get an opportunity. Final match of the series. You want to make the most of it. Be a little bit nervous, but it's never easy. I think he's a good player. I think you enjoy this surface where there is some pace and bounce.
He's a specialist. He's a T20 specialist. Has a lot of variations. And there's one of them. He will mix it up. He will bowl the wide Yorker. He will bowl the slower delivery into the pitch. Skillful operator.
Oh, he's a birthday boy tomorrow, Ravi. 32 tomorrow. So I wonder if there's any celebrations organised, perhaps a cake. Usually is.
Usually is, and it'll be all over his face, let me assure you, with this team.
Interesting, Harshal Patel, 32 tomorrow. Just looking at the Indian lineup, Ravi. There's 7 players in their 20s in this Indian side. There's only 3 in the New Zealand lineup. Just looking at the different ages and where they're at, because 2 years' time there's another T20 World Cup.
And that's why I said, you know, this could be a stronger Indian side than the one that went to the World Cup. You know, because they have the mix. You know, there's Virat Kohli missing, probably, and maybe Rohit. But otherwise, this is a stronger side, I feel. Because they've got the youngsters in there. It immediately makes it a better fielding side when they're out there on the park. With youth comes fearlessness and exuberance.
With New Zealand, they're almost the opposite at the moment.
And that'll have to change. There's no question. You know, at times you've got to take the hard decisions. And you will have to look ahead. You know, and due respect, it's been a fabulous New Zealand team for some period of time. But there comes a time where you've got to bring in those changes and prepare for the future. And not be afraid to ring in those changes. That's the key.
Trouble is, it's just getting that blend, that mix right. And if you leave it too late, then you get exposed. You've seen it with other teams around the world at different times. Mark Chapman coming into the side today, he's 28, so he's one of the 3 players that's in their 20s in this New Zealand lineup. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm sure one that New Zealand hierarchy are thinking about and working towards.
That swung away. Will beat fine leg. And a boundary to end the over. 61 for 2. Still to come, Mitchell, Neesham, Santner. There is batting, but New Zealand need now to make a move. You're talking about that big over that has to come in the next 2 or 3 overs. A nice 14-15 run over.
Nice piece of fielding by Mohammad Siraj. Nice piece of timing too from Conway off the back foot. Plays well off front foot, well off back foot. This partnership's established now, 19 from 23, so you're right, Ravi. You have to kick on for another 4 or 5 overs and really set up a platform so New Zealand can go hard in those death overs.
I see a big shot coming down the ground because mid-on, mid-off are both 10 yards in. They're 10, 12 yards in from the circle. Oh, that's crashed into the fence for 4. He had width on offer, short, wide, and hammered away.
Punished by Conway. It's the leg spinner, but it just skids on far too wide. It sits up and says, hit me hard. Devon Conway didn't miss out. Thrashed it to the boundary through cover. That's a freebie. Plenty of time to pick his spot, and pick it he did.
Oh, good stop. Very athletic, Hardik Pandya.
We'll see him at the bowling crease tonight, Ravi.
He's had a stiff neck over the last few days. That's why he didn't bowl in the last game. So I wonder if he'll do it today. What do you reckon is a good score here?
Good question. I think 170's par. I think anything above that, you're right in the game. But if the ball swings, the first 2 or 3 overs are crucial. We saw it swing for India. Tim Southey can get it to swing. Then all of a sudden you can get early wickets and it changes.
Yeah, he's taking his time, McLean Phillips. You can see Chahal not giving any air whatsoever. He's just bowling flat. He dismissed him in the last game with a beauty. Nicely tossed up.
Yeah, a number of the players will have the white towels out tonight, trying to dry that seam, trying to get all the moisture out of it so that Chahal can actually get his fingers around it and get some grip and turn on the ball.
Hard for the spinners. That's why Washington not playing today, and Harshal Patel being introduced into the attack. That's pulled away, and it's gone flat. It might well have gone the distance. It was hit extremely hard. Again, very quick to pick up length.
Yeah, he is. It's an excellent shot. Wasn't that short, but Phillips is short. Stays deep in the crease. Has it gone all the way for 6? No, it hasn't. 1 bounce 4. But it's a lovely shot and a lovely way to finish the 10th over. Will be signalled 4 by umpire Chris Brown. 74 for 2.
Full toss. Through the first, can't get it all the way to the boundary though. Conway moves to 40 runs. New Zealand have a platform here as we welcome Frankie Mackay to the commentary box. They can launch from here.
Yeah, perfect position for the Blackcaps to find themselves in. This is almost the blueprint of how they like to go about things. Minimise those wickets lost early, lay the platform, and then allow their power players to really dominate in the last 10.
Patel delivering wide of the crease. Bowling a hard ball to Harshal Patel into the side tonight in place of Washington Sundar, who the New Zealanders took a fancy to at Bay Oval. Seeing the call of the day for this Indian side. Arshdeep Singh, boy did he have that ball talking early on in this innings.
Yeah, he'll be enjoying the matchup against Finn Allen as well. Top of the order. Left arm swing bowling seeming to be his Achilles heel at the moment.
Getting field sorted here. Deep mid wicket on the boundary now. 14 off 13, Phillips. He started slowly. Had 4 off 10. Starting to play catch up here. Shake of the head as he waits. It's high on the bat. Scampers through for 1. 2 good runners between the wickets out there as well. Conway, quicker than he looks, between the poles. They start to build pressure. And those ones become crucial. Just turning over the strike. If one of these two's not feeling it, Frank, just hustle down the other end.
That's what I like so much about Glenn Phillips in the middle order for New Zealand, is he's just busy. He's always active, he's always on the move, really minimises those dot balls.
Conway plays it late, guides it down to third, just takes the 1.
And I think it helps Devon Conway with the rhythm of his innings as well. You can see that he's content to just keep knocking the ball around when it's a good ball bowled to him. Any time he's got width or a loosener, he's been able to put that away for a boundary.
Respect being shown here to Chahal Patel. Looked for 2, wasn't there. 4th single in a row. Now the battle on. Chahal needs to get out of the set. Dearly love to have either a dot ball or another single. New Zealanders must be looking for boundary here. Conway on strike.
Yeah, that's the wonderful game of cat and mouse, really, game within a game. The ability for bowlers to close out your over. Gone for 6 already. If he can finish with a dot, it becomes a very good over. The boundary swings it back to New Zealand's favour.
Thick outside edge as he took a big swing. Won't go all the way, but a slight misfield from Chahal. Almost cost Patel. They get back for a couple. End of the 11th, it's 82 for 2. Sterling Reserve One-Day International Series begins on Friday at Eden Park. I'm sure a hearty crowd will turn out to Auckland Stadium for that one. Seton Park in Hamilton on November 27th. And then we finally get to the mainland. Frank, your hometown, Hagley Oval in Christchurch, November 30th. All 2:30 p.m. starts, all live here on Spark Sport. Mohammad Siraj comes back, having just bowled the 1. Tidy over 2. Crucial wicket, 4 dots. Oh, edge gone. That'll fly away to 4. To the boundary for 4, should I say. Glenn Phillips, he'll take them no matter how.
Educated edge from Glenn Phillips. Draws the smile from Mohammad Siraj just at the last second, opens the hands up on it, allows him to access past the wicketkeeper, and there's never any fielders there. Come the 12th over, a wry smile in the direction of Glenn Phillips. Hasn't done much wrong there, has Siraj. Just starting to get the feeling now, but momentum just starting to swing the Blackcaps' way.
False start as Phillips backs away. Yeah, I think these next couple of overs crucial, aren't they? Either India makes the breakthrough and puts the brakes on, or New Zealand starts to accelerate again. And they can take this away from the bowlers. Head on the pad, always hitting down leg, no run.
I think India could sense that momentum start to swing as well, and that's why they've gone back to strike bowler in Siraj. Always a difficult customer to face, but just has a happy knack of picking up wickets as well, bringing about the false strokes. India just starting to get the sense they need to break this partnership. It's building nicely, 42 off the 36 deliveries.
Well, 2 square of the wicket on the leg side for Phillips. Deep mid wicket, deep square leg. It's backward square. It's a good shot. Deep Point's got that one covered though. That's Arshdeep Singh. Sounded good off the bat. I just get the feeling that Phillips may feel slightly constrained here. That matchup with Siraj in particular was just cramping him up a little bit. All just skidding on. We're so used to seeing Phillips through the shot, striking cleanly. High up on the bat this innings. Conway charges down the pitch. It was just a little too wide for him to get full toll.
I think conditions are possibly slightly more difficult than we've given them credit for. Timing hasn't always been there from these two. They found a way to score and a way to continue to keep scoring, but definitely not everything. Rocketing out of the middle. You can see Devon Conway trying to get on with the job, trying to create that momentum down the wicket, being able to access some power through the shot.
Last over from Harshal Patel, followed up by this one. Oh, that's good. Through at pace. Good bounce, and Glenn Phillips couldn't be tempted with that. Oh, back-to-back good overs. Siraj in particular able to follow the batsman, able to preempt, see where the batter's going. Last delivery to Conway. You could see the charge was on, just put it a little wider. It's cramped Phillips up already in this over as well.
He's clever. Absolutely give him that. He's got all the skills as well that you could want from a fast bowler. Ability to swing the ball, got a good bouncer as well.
There again, that delivery there, and Phillips hates it. That's the end of the 12th. It's 89 for 2. Mitchell Neesham, Santner, Sodhi, Southey, Milne, Ferguson still to come for New Zealand. 12 overs down though. How much batting any of them are likely to get is anyone's guess. Conway 45 of 36. Phillips 22 of 20, which is a rather sedentary run rate by his standards. Strike rate, should I say. Chahal returns. Just a hint of turn, but Phillips onto it quickly. Oh, and that's well fielded in the deep. Siraj doing a job for Chahal there. That is a brave piece of fielding.
Fantastic piece of fielding, and that's exactly what you want from your big fast bowler as well. Puts in the meters and the big dive to go with it. Hauls it in and straight to his feet. Good throw in over the top of the stumps. Yeah, may well the bowler clap that. Excellent effort. Deep cover boundary.
Yeah. Turned into the leg side this time from Phillips. Just rather hurried onto him.
Yeah, just hasn't quite settled today. Chahal, he'll be hoping that the change of ends brings about a change in fortune. so far just seems to have struggled to pick exactly where he's going to be really successful. He's been quick through the air, trying to get the ball to slide on and skid on. Makes a lot of sense with having been a little bit of rain around. Quick, fast pitch here at McLean Park. But just hasn't been able to execute as well as he would like. It's meant that the New Zealand side's been able to attack those short boundaries.
Good contact, they're going to come back, and they've got to hurry, they do. The throw wasn't great. That is a 50 partnership for Phillips and Conway. And again, there is a launch pad here for New Zealand. It's a good one. Just the 2 wickets down. 150, I think they'll feel is below par, 25 apiece in the partnership. Plenty of flight. Conway goes after it. Should be out, is it? No, falls short. Everyone's smiling about it. He can do no wrong. I just wonder if he picked that up. He out of. Then he hits the stumps, and then he thinks, oh, goodness me. Could have gone anywhere.
That's the pace I like from Chahal, though, trying to bring the big straight boundaries into play.
Again on the drive this time. Finds the gap. That is a lovely shot. Chahal under a bit of the pump here.
Just excellent batting from McLean Phillips. Just pace on and the width offered once again. Because he's been bowling flat and into the surface, that boundary rider's had to stay really square. And Phillips just the ability to say leg side of the ball, access the straight gap past extra cover, races away for 4.
What'll disappoint Chahal most about that is they've obviously had a plan for Phillips. They want to bowl and cramp him up into the hip or outside the arc.
Oh, that's right in the wheelhouse. That is gone on the roof of the Harris stand. Drops back into the field of play, and he's pumped up like a bouncy castle into the 13th, 105 for 2.
.105 for 2. Forget trying to bowl outside Glenn Phillips' arc. Why don't you bowl right into the middle of it? 89 metres onto the roof of the stand.
Talked about the fact I liked him slowing the pace up, trying to invite hitting down the ground, but that for me is a gamble too far from Chahal. Already gone for plenty, and then last ball of the over. Has a gamble, hopes that Phillips will go after that one, hit it straight up in the air. Instead, 6 off the last, puts the pressure right back on India.
That's some classy ball follow from the Spark Sport camera crew too. Kumar, can he make a difference? No, that's gone, has it? It's a long boundary. Over the top, drives her up. They're going to have to run it. Stuck and plugged, won't matter. Devon Conway, an 8th T20 international half-century. His first since that magnificent 92 not out against Australia at the T20 World Cup. It's been a classy innings, this.
Been excellent from Devon Conway. As always, you see the combination of power and placement, 4 4s, 2 6s. Strike rate of 130 and only building from there as well. Really notice in the last couple of overs, it looks like he's ready to take the game on a bit more. Looks like he's trying to push that total up 160, 170 plus.
And they ran 3, and that is a rarity here at McLean Park, I can assure you of that. Great running that. Just look a bit rattled in the field, India at the moment, just not quite sure where to set their field.
Conway up and over, mid-off, up inside the circle, just plugs and holds. With that 3, brings up 50 number 8 for Devon Conway. No, I agree, Scotty, I think India at the moment are just rattled under the pump.
Moved across McLean Phillips and then just couldn't quite decide what to do next. It's a good delivery from Bhuvneshwar, saw him moving.
It is a slightly uniquely shaped ground as well here at McLean Park. It's one that I think if you haven't played a lot of cricket here, you can often get caught out with the angles to set, just how deep you need your fielders in certain places. I think as well sometimes as a bowler you stand at the top of your mark and those short square boundaries just get in the back of your mind.
Yeah, it's high up on the bat. Can't get it through the ring. You had a pretty good day out here, I recall. Last season, last summer, Frank. Started clattering 6s into the Harris stand.
Yeah, they're the only 6s of my career we can talk about, so I'm pleased you brought them up, Scotty. Didn't quite hit it as far as Glenn Phillips, but shocked myself that I actually managed to hit it that far, so a very nice surprise.
It was a great win for the Ferns that day. Matty Green edging one to the boundary to win the game. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Glenn Phillips is hitting them everywhere.
And Bhuvneshwar, he's gone pace off on this occasion. Had racked up 2 dots. And he tries to sneak a 3rd, tries to go to the change-up. The only thing that's changed is it's gone 93 metres and it's on the roof. Calling for a new ball out in the middle.
I'll be calling for a new sheet of iron on the Graham Lowe stand as well. That is a towering hit from Glenn Phillips. My goodness.
So much power. Such a powerful athlete.
That's the intrigue for me. They've allowed Phillips now to find his range. Trying to bowl, they were trying to cramp him up, bowl at the hip. And all of a sudden, Phillips is the one outfoxing this bowling unit.
I think it's a really good showing for that. You've always got more time in T20 cricket than you think. We talked about Phillips coming in being 4 off 10 balls, strike rate sitting around 120 for a long time, and then all it takes is a couple of shots and you're away. Strike rate up now 150 plus.
Look to go again. It'll fly away to the boundary for 4 more. Big finish to the Bhuvneshwar over. Phillips moves to 47. It's 120 for 2. Well, the KFC 6 and Shout is in full swing. You can download the KFC New Zealand app, lock in your zone before the next innings. So before the Indian innings, lock in your zone. And I think that's zone 3. That was the one I picked, Frank, and I'm glad I did. Plenty of the Colonel's finest up for grabs with the KFC 6 and Shout. 120 for 2, Frankie Mackay. There is potential here for New Zealand, potential to put in a big total.
Some real warning signs now for India as well. Have to find a way to try and claw this run rate back. Over 8.5 now and only climbing.
Started well, Harshal Patel. Bob with the short cover, no run. Oh, Devon Conway, he is such a classy cricketer. Has all the shots to drive over cover, a punch straight down the ground, good off the hip. able to find gaps here at McLean Park, and where none exist, he'll hit it right over the top. An innings of, well, just quality batting, really. There's never anything too flashy about the way Conway hits the ball. Bit of a hoik this time. Square leg, just the single. No surprise, so strong square of the wicket at this ground, Frank. Looking for those scoring shots there, looking for the boundaries.
That just shows his class as well, the ability to have your game plan come into the game and just adapt it slightly. It's going to make you successful on any given day. Ability to access those shorter boundaries, square. Just punishing through the offside as well, Devon Conway.
Chahal hit a hard length here. Into his third over, just the 15 runs so far. He's just proving very hard to get away. He's persisted with a good line and just that little bit of extra bounce.
It's probably the thing that gets a lot of batters in trouble here at McLean Park is that extra bounce. Always a terrifically hard surface. A lot of grass on top as well. There's good pace in it today as well. I think ground staff have done a fabulous job with the surface, but yeah, there's just that extra bit of nip, extra bit of carry that just seems to be hitting high on the bat, cramping them up.
Phillips moves across, swings it away for 6 more. 50 up for Glenn Phillips, his 8th, to go along with 2 centuries, back-to-back at Napier. 58 not out here against Bangladesh back in March 21. And again, Glenn Phillips showing the full range tonight. Took his time to get started, but has found 5th gear as this match has progressed.
Just shows you don't have to miss by much here either. Just heaping praise on the bowler. How well Chahal has been able to hit the surface. Just is slightly full on that occasion.
Full toss, and Phillips unable to extract full value from that. Canters through for 1, takes his total to 54. New Zealand 128 for 2. I had a feeling that these two could do something quite special tonight, Frankie. I think their styles are complementary. I think the fact that Conway was in and was hitting and feeling good about hitting gave Phillips the freedom to take his time. And he's obviously exploded as he's got more comfortable in the middle. It's a recipe for success. Again, it's a full toss from Harshal Patel. It gets away with a couple of loose deliveries to finish the 15th over. And it's 129 for 2.
$129 for 2, New Zealand, going along nicely. One above 180, so they're going to be after 10 and over at least as a minimum in these final 5 overs of their innings. Terrific partnership, 85 from 58 between Phillips and Conway. Really set a platform for New Zealand to go all out in these final 5 overs. Mohammad Siraj about to come back into the attack. 2 good overs early on for India, 1 for 9. Now he's got to come back into the attack with both New Zealand batters in full flight. Set up here, Stephen Fleming, for an exciting finish over these final 5 overs.
Yeah, it's been an excellent partnership through the middle. It's just growing momentum and confidence. And now in a position where both players are looking to go absolutely as hard as they can. Pressure purely, fully on Siraj, Patel and the Indian death bowling, which in the last game just didn't happen. It's been created through this partnership. Slow to start. And now Phillips in particular is
accelerate it down. It's going to be entertaining.
There's some bounce. There's still some pace and bounce in the surface. Ball kissing the surface. Quite often when there's had the covers on for a long time, it gets a sheen and just quickens up at night under lights. Conway's having a wee look there, surprised by that extra bounce. Daryl Mitchell's been sitting there for a while with the pads on. Next in, Jimmy Neesham, Mitchell Santner. Edge or not? There's a noise, wasn't there? Maybe not.
Yeah, out for me. A big one.
There's a noise there. It's a big edge.
It's a massive edge.
No one's gone up. Bowler's sort of quizzical. Conway's playing it cool. Rishabh Pant hasn't gone up either. Oh, very low key. India might have missed out on one there. Nicely played. Protection out at deep cover point.
Let's have a look. Let's stop here. So much in the middle. It's definitely a noise up here. But no dice, not out.
Oh, there's a nick there, Flynn. Has to be. It's loud. No. Normally if there's a nick, he's the first one up, isn't it? The bowler, he's shouting. Maybe we're hearing things up here in the comms box. Good start to the over by Siraj. Oh, it's gone straight up. That's going to take some catching. Some catching. Oh, that is a beauty. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, that is an outstanding outfield catch. Never easy with the dark sky. And it's important catch because it's Glenn Phillips who ends a very good innings.
Well, super over. 3 top balls, a single, narrow wicket. Just when New Zealand are looking to put the hammer down, the method has been bang it in, back of a length, and get some variation of bounce. And that is a great catch. Glenn Phillips, 54, just 33. New Zealand now 130 for 3.